The broadcast is now starting. All attendees
Good
are in
evening,
listen-only
ladies and
mode.
gentlemen. My name is John Needham. I'll be your host for today, and I thank you for being with me this evening. Now, let's have a look. Lots of people here. Here we are. One of them's waiting for name. Oh, I see. Well, we are honoured today to have with us Jerry Winter, who I'm going to tell you a bit more about in a moment, but I want to make sure that you are getting this broadcast all right. Would somebody please type in the question box if you can hear me all right? Here we are. Look at this. Oh, Jorn, wonderful. Thank you, Jorn. Jorn's a new Danielcode trader from Finland. A very, very clever man. He's doing extremely well. And grand to have you with us, Jorn. Okay, Mike Kay, of course, from New Zealand. He's a guy who actually did his original Danielcode tutorial one-on-one with me and a small group back in about maybe 2011 or thereabouts, Mike. Yes, and came back to do another tutorial and learn about trading Danielcode time signals. Okay. All right, so David's with us. Long time since we've seen you, David. Webby, thank you very much for being with us. Greg Palladini, of course, a stalwart, always supporting of the Danielcode. And Jorn, as I've said, Justin, who's our super analyst down in the Hunter Valley. He's an amazing young man, Justin. He does so much work for all of us with testing Danielcode theory and numbers. And if you go to our homepage, you'll see there are 4 videos there. Numbers 3 and 4 are provided by Justin. He talks to us about the back testing he's done, and he's done so much of it. You'll see that there he talks about over 100 years of back testing. That doesn't mean he's as old as Methuselah. He tests so many markets, all markets, in fact, Forex included, for 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, various times. It totally adds up to well over 100 years. And he published all of that. He's given it all to us. You can see it. Just go to that video number 3 or number 4. Mike Kay, of course. Oh, Pietro's with us. Pietro's an interesting gentleman. He lives in the South Pacific at times and Europe the rest of the time. So wonderful to have you with us, Pietro. He's a tutorial guy. Peter Max with us, who's not a day trader. Rolf's with us, who's running through the Teach Yourself to Trade tutorial at the moment now. Slawek's with us, and he calls himself the Fractal Man, and he is. He's amazing. And he sends me all sorts of interesting stuff, but I'll tell you what, Slawek, you drive yourself mad with that Elliott wave stuff. He sent me a document from one of the better, he said, one of the better Elliott wave analysts, and on 10 consecutive charts, he's come up with 10 different wave counts. So if you want to be really confused, folks, start learning Elliott wave. It won't help you trading it, but it might amuse you for a while. Okay, and of course Vicky's with us. Vicky, and how wonderful to have you with us. We don't have many ladies. We usually have Vicky though, which is wonderful. How great. Okay, so let's move along here a bit. Florian, haven't seen you for a while. How wonderful to have you with us. Thank you, my friend. And let me tell you about Jerry Winter. Jerry is a broker. In my view, he's the best private broker that I've ever met. I've known Jerry and worked with Jerry for over 20 years. He's a man who is completely honest, completely straight, and you can't say that about everyone these days. But Jerry is absolutely the epitome of everything a private broker should be. He'll talk to you, he'll explain things to you, he'll help you with things, and most of all, of course, he's got a very good understanding of Danielcode, because over the years he's come to many of the Danielcode live tutorials that we used to have. So anyway, Jerry, an absolute delight to have you here, my friend, and I thank you. and any of you folks would like an introduction to Jerry, just send me an email, jneedham@thedanielcode.com. I will be delighted to effect an introduction to Jerry Winter from Future Path Trading. Okay, let's move on. And it's an interesting world at the moment, isn't it? Markets are a lot more interesting, I find, than usual. But let's work through it. Remember, markets are rational, orderly, and sometimes predictable, but survival requires strict adherence to the rules. And if you've been coming to the Danielcode for a while, I can see almost all of you people I've met, discussed, or you've been members at some stage or another, and you understand that the Danielcode rules ensure not only your profitability, but also your survival. This is a game where it's very easy to lose a lot of money very quickly if you don't know what you're doing. So please don't waste real money trading until you are confident that you know you are a competent and safe trader. Better still, do a Danielcode course, and I will make sure you are a confident and safe trader. So I keep coming back to these Danielcode time signals, which are so amazing. Everything about Danielcode is amazing, but these time signals are really revolutionizing the industry. So it's creating and trading those time signals that will make you an elite trader, and it's quite extraordinary. So what would you expect from creating and trading Danielcode time signals? So if you want to go to Morningstar, you'll see the best hedge fund in the world made about 24% in fiscal 2024, and that was one of the Citadel funds. So that's the best in the world, 24% on funds invested. So would you be happy making 24% on funds invested when trading the Danielcode time signals? That would rank you up there with the best in the world. So the answer to that should be yes, but strangely enough, there are other things that come with it. How about 50%? How about 100%? What about 240% per annum? Would that make you happy? I guess the answer is that you'd be jumping up and down and screaming. Here's the reality of creating and trading Danielcode time signals. Go to our website, www.thedanielcode.com, and click on any of the 4 links that we have there. There are 4 videos on our homepage, and they're interviews with 3 of our Danielcode students who have done the main Danielcode tutorial. One of them is Mark L., who is not with us today. I got an email from him that he was going to be away for a while, and it looks like he is. He doesn't appear to be with us, but he's a real stalwart Danielcode man. And webinar number 2 is a young lady from Boulder, Colorado, who'd never seen a futures or forex chart in her life, but was happily trotting out 400 or 500% on her paper trading. And videos numbers 3 and 4 are both from Justin, who's with us today. And as I say, he's a remarkable young gentleman who's done so much work and analysis on Danielcode, and he's so generous that he's happy to share that with you. And you'll see that in those videos. Interestingly, with Greg Palladini here, I'd be remiss not to mention that Greg, he's a wealth fund manager and a super trader. He has been similarly so generous. If you go to the forum page, which is not much used now, but you'll see there a link under Danielcode tutorial or learning Danielcode time tutorial, something like that. And what that was created by Greg now a couple of years ago, who had done an earlier live tutorial with me in the States, and he came back to do another tutorial to learn about trading time. And he said, I'm going to go on forum, I'm going to share all my views, good and bad, as I go through this tutorial, which was an incredibly generous gesture, and a lot of people have benefited from Greg's enormous generosity of spirit, and he's a wonderful man. So don't miss that, folks. If you want to know more about Danielcode, there's just masses and masses Missed the last one, but here today couldn't miss two in a row. Oh, that must be Mark L. He's coming across as waiting for name. He's having trouble getting in, but he's here. The great Mark L. is here. Wonderful to have you, my friend, of course. Okay, so there we are. If you average 450% on your funds invested, which is margin for futures traders, isn't it? That would just be the average that the Danielcode time signals return across all markets, across many years. And specifically, we do ask our tutorial students to backtest their strategy against the natural gas futures contract for the whole of calendar 2016. I can put my hand on my heart and say I didn't pick that year. Mark L. picked that year. And I thought he was remarkably prescient because it's a fantastic year. It turned out to be a wonderful year's trading, but it was a lousy year for the first few months, and then it starts to get good, and it just shows the highs and lows of trading so perfectly. But we ask all our tutorial students to backtest that, and here's a statement that once you've done the Danielcode time course, I guarantee your backtesting for that will exceed 600% on margin. How's that sound? Pretty scary? Pretty ridiculous? It's real. We have many people who've done it, and they're all with us today, the vast majority of them as well. So remember for yourself that happiness is a hugely profitable and safe Danielcode trader. Have you noticed just how much better you feel when you've had a really good day's trading? I do, certainly. It drives the emotional balance a little bit. So here we are. These are the 4 videos. I want you to give me 30 minutes of your time and look at one of them. Once you've done that, I think you'll look at all 4 of them. These are extraordinary interviews from people who've done Danielcode tutorials. Most of them are here with us today. This is our Teach Yourself to Trade video series. For those of you who are not regular followers, this is our newer method of teaching. It's a series of videos that teaches you all of the material in the full Danielcode tutorial, but it does it in a different format and at a much lower price point. And you can see that in the Danielcode website. Okay, so the market seems to be having fits. I'm hearing lots of people being normally bullish people, think of the big names, think of the Goldman Sachs and others, saying this market's dreadful, it's impossible to trade. They've been buying high and selling low. Oh my gosh, what a thing to happen. But have a look at this chart. This is the reality. This is the S&P, one of our long-term charts. This is a 24-day chart. Which means that every bar on this chart is created from 24 trading days. This retracement has gone almost exactly to the 50% retracement of the last swing. The difference is just 3 points, incidentally. 48.33 is the Danielcode 50% retracement. That low is just 3 points variance. That's all it is. This is just a normal retracement. What would be the normal retracement you'd expect? 29.6 to 50, up to 50%, 44%, 50%. They're just normal retracements. 58.9% would be a normal retracement. Technically, on the long term, it keeps the bull market intact. But with the simplest of retracements, as this is, 50% of a minor range, that's like nothing. That's normal trading. That's what markets need to do to be healthy. Markets that go up and up and up all the time and never correct are dangerous because all that pent-up pressure will release eventually, and it might be something like the COVID flash crash, which was the shortest bear market in history, 24 days down, straight down. A lot of people got hurt in that because they don't know how to trade. And a lot of people have got hurt in this last little pullback in the S&P because they don't know how to trade. Now, I'm pretty damning with my comments because My belief is that very, very few people actually know how to trade consistently profitably. And I don't know many of them, just a few, and they're all Danielcode folks. Sarah's arrived. Hello, Sarah. Sarah's a new member from Victoria, one of the southern states in Australia, and she's started her TTT tutorial, and delighted to have you, Sarah. Welcome. Okay, so we're looking at this 24-day chart. So this is what Zero Hedge has been saying in the last 10 days or so. And Zero Hedge, you should read it if you're not already reading it. Go ahead and find it. They're very tongue-in-cheek commentators, and they're real market people. And these are some of the comments they've been reporting. Futures drop on tariff concerns as dollar slides. You're seeing conflicting statements and noise coming from the US. It's impossible to trade. How do you like that? Goldman's flow of funds gurus warn wouldn't jump in the pool just yet. We can take a deep breath, but it's not over yet. Headline roulette returns to wreak havoc across markets. Stocks extend gains after Trump says they are having meetings with China. He's asked who they are, and he said, it doesn't matter who they are. They had a meeting this morning. He said, we may reveal it later, but they had meetings this morning, and we've been meeting with China, Trump added, when asked for more details. It doesn't really matter who they are. Well, who they are actually very minor functionaries doing routine meetings. And as Zero Hedge commented, how long until China denies that again? And it was, in fact, was the same day. China said, no negotiations about tariffs. We're waiting on Trump to approach us. And their final comment, the shock, the horror, folks. The professionals have been selling low and buying high. And just goes to show how dependent professionals are on the constant theme. We're talking about equities trading here primarily. We trade Forex, we trade commodities a great deal, all sorts, softs, energy, bonds, metals, precious metals. But Zero Hedge is largely, almost exclusively focused on hedge funds and equities. Selling low and buying high are the curse. The professionals are getting their backsides whacked. Well, that's fine with me. And as you know, I don't have much regard for them at all. So, plenty of drama. The Trump tariff war is biting. Remember, there's still 10% tariff on the whole world, plus 25% on steel and aluminium, tariff from everywhere, plus 25% on imported automobiles, which has been suspended for a while. And this whole tariff argument is totally ridiculous. Tariffs are a tax. Trump can go on forever saying it's not a tax, but it's a tax. And you're seeing why the market's reacting to it. I think this reaction is going to go on and on because the 90 days is ticking. We're probably down to 75 days or so now. And these retrospective or reciprocal tariffs, as Trump calls them, are savage, absolutely savage. How does you think Japan feels with a 25% tariff on its vehicles that it exports to the States? It's a real problem. Some of those problems are closer to home. Some of the manufacturers in China are getting whacked in some proportion or other. All of this is causing disruption. The market doesn't handle disruption very well because it doesn't have much disruption. Most of the market's life is following a script or a narrative, as the gurus like to call it. And excuse me, spring is over, it's actually starting autumn, so the hay fever should not be here, but it is. Do forgive me. But basically, when there's chaos, we get market movement. We've actually got a two-way market in equities, and that's a thrill because it's been one-way traffic for so long. And the more disruption there is in market, the better trading for us. because we understand what makes markets turn and what drives markets. And honestly, folks, there's never been a better time to start your trading career. I know we have a lot of people who follow these webinars, I should say, and some of them have had a go at trading and given it up. You know, the oldest saying in the trading business, money lost, nothing lost, courage lost, everything lost. And I don't quite agree with that. I think money lost is a real problem. But if you're a Danielcode trader, you don't know much about that. But courage lost, we've had so many people, I believe, who've had a go at trading Forex or futures or whatever, and they've had bad results and they've given it up. You're always going to have bad results or limited results unless A, you're an insider, or B, you've learned from the Danielcode. So I really want to suggest to you folks who know a little bit about trading, who've had a go at it or have been waiting to have a go at it, now is the time. Jump in with both feet. I'm going to help you every way I possibly can. That's my job, to turn you into super traders. Have a look how tenuous the bond situation is. This is our really long-term chart, 24-day chart. Each of these bars is 24 trading days. Have a look at the support where US bonds are now, and you start to think about, why did Trump and co panic when the bond market started to move down? And you can see one of his absolute top guys is an I think, managing director of Cantor Fitzgerald, who are big-time bond traders, and the new US Treasurer, Scott Bessent. He's a hedge fund guy. He understands bonds. But this is what is starting to get the problems back again, that all this tariff stuff from Trump has caused real disruption in the markets. And this is the danger mark right here. Bonds, third time that they're at that support, which is pretty clear. And if it breaks that, there's going to be big trouble. And that's why you've seen the Trump backing off the tariff, suspending the tariff, meeting with leaders of big retailing companies and giving them exemptions. It's why the tariff has been suspended after having been announced. It was suspended on a lot of electronic products, on smartphones, for example. But this is where the risk is, and the bonds market is really the only thing that Trump is likely to listen to. His advisors know about bonds, and this is a perilous state for the economy of the US, because if it breaks that support on a closing basis, the next level, you haven't seen the angular charts for a while, but I can tell you, it's right at 6 standard deviations from the mean, or better still, I should tell you, 6 Danielcode deviations from the mean, which are, of course, different and bigger than the normal mathematical standard deviations. So that's where the risk is. Keep your eye on that. I've told you that a couple of times recently. I thought that chart would just make that clear to you. So this is Zero Hedge's take on the bond auctions today. Didn't go well at all. The indirects, if they really collapse, which looks highly probable, the Fed will have no choice but to step in and start monetizing coupons. All it will need is an excuse, and at a time when Powell is feuding with Trump, why the Fed should not step in. That's why Trump's trying to sideline the Fed, of course. The outcome will likely be quite hilarious. Well, it'll be hilarious if you know what you're doing and you're on the right side of the move. But keep a watch on it. It's very close. It's pending. The problems are not over. All of those massive reciprocal tariffs are just marking time. And down, as I said, somewhere around 70-odd days now and counting down. And that problem's got to be dealt with. And that's without even factoring in the madness that's going on in Ukraine, the real problems between the US and China, and the totally unrealistic skew that's being put on this by Scott Bessent, the US Treasurer, who's a very intelligent man. He should know better. Anyway, they'll do what they want to do, won't they? And in the middle of all this mayhem, what is it that loves a little bit of carnage around? Gold. And gold's been making new all-time highs. And I posted for you yesterday at the website our 6-day chart of gold, and you can see that's on the homepage at the Danielcode website. So, in the middle of all this chaos, how have we been going? Exactly the same. Danielcode is simply not affected by all of the noise and the news that goes on. It continues to just pick its highs and lows perfectly, and here are some of the markets that we're in at the moment. Here's the S&P, got a nice little sell down for 10,000 odd, and now it's on its third day up. Interesting that these gaps keep appearing, isn't it? The gap down is still sitting there, and now it's created a little unfilled gap up. And markets love to fill gaps as soon as they can. This was gold. I've been telling you what a wonderful run up it's had. $34,000 odd per one gold contract for us, just on the last rally up. 8,500 in that initial sell off yesterday. Very nice, isn't it? Okay, copper. Copper's been on an absolute tear. And you can see this last run up, we had a really good run down, nice strong pullback. It's correcting that now, $11,500 per one contract. Very nice trading, folks. So this is natural gas. It's been down, 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 with a couple of rallies in the middle. This last little leg down is worth almost $2,600 per one contract. This is the NASDAQ, folks. As I tell you, hopefully often enough, many of these markets are highly correlated, and none are more correlated directionally than the equities. Russell, Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ, together with Germany's DAX. Directionally, they are highly correlated. In fact, they're so highly correlated that you can take the signals in any of them and you can trade them in any of the others. In other words, if you want to be trading the NASDAQ, remember that you can take the S&P signals, which is what's happened here. You've had a correlated sell and a nice little correlated TO3 buy signal, correlated in this case with the S&P. So you could trade this in Dow exactly the same way. And the Russell is a little bit different. The Russell's moved away from its, markedly moved away from its lockstep march with the other equity markets, but it still gives probably the cleanest signals for Danielcode time trading. Here's beans, which had a nice little run up there, and it just burst itself off in the last couple of days. So, you a trader in a hurry? You sincerely want to be rich? So ask me how I can make you a Danielcode super trader in just 3 days. How's that possible? Well, what we've been doing over the years, and this is all a long time happening. I've been trading financial markets, I guess, for 35 years or thereabouts. Danielcode website has been public since 2007. So we've been at this a long time, and my job is to make you a Danielcode super trader. Nothing gives me more satisfaction, and I know that for many of you the hardest part is just getting started. So let me show you how I can help. And cost in time and treasure, that's money and other costs, are real. We've refined this teaching process over the past 30 years, and we've produced the specialist tools that traders really need. Most of these tools are proprietary and unlike any trading system you may have known or heard of. And our new Teach Yourself to Trade, we call it the TTT video series offer. It offers all of that Danielcode knowledge in a video format, so you can learn and execute that in private in your own time. And of course, it's at a huge discount to our one-on-one tutorials. So trading seems terribly complicated with so many markets on so many platforms. And I often think in the very early days of my learning about financial markets, I thought these brokers make this up. They keep having different approaches. And of course they do. And historically, a lot of it is explained by the development of the CBOT and the CME as separate entities before they merged some years ago. So Danielcode offers you a complete trading program with specific entries, exits, and protective stops. To boil that all down to the absolute bottom, it doesn't matter whether you're trading sugar or copper or gold or S&P or bonds or prawns or any of the Forex markets or any of the currency futures. What you need to know each day is it a buy or is it a sell today? And if so, where's the entry? Where's the initial stop loss? And what are the proceedings for exiting the trade? And that's it. It's that simple. That's what it all boils down to. The rest of it is puff. The rest of it is people talking for the sake of talking, other people talking for the sake of promoting themselves or their business, as everyone tries to do. But a complete trading system comes from the Danielcode, and you can get that with the new TTT video series. And there was a summary of that attached to this webinar invitation, and I noticed the one on the website is not being updated. Do forgive me, and forgive Terry, that is a bad oversight, but the new one will be there very soon. And a lot of folks say, look, I want to start with the cheaper Danielcode courses, and I want to earn enough to pay for the bigger courses. Basically, that means trading price in the traditional method, but in an untraditional way using Danielcode targets. That's a long road, folks, and I think realistically it's unlikely to happen. The real turbocharged trading of futures or Forex comes with creating and trading our unique and proprietary time trading signals. I am more surprised, more excited, and more thrilled about Danielcode time trading than anyone. And I've been developing it and using it for 30 years, some part of it. Some little parts I got earlier, some parts I got later. But I've just lived this massive development of Danielcode time trading. And it's so unique. It's so different to anything else. I don't hear anyone else talking about time trading. Of course, they're always the ones who want to trade, Pisces into Libra or something, whatever it is. Forget all that stuff. Some astrology is real, and I talk about that with you. Apogees, perigees, full moons, new moons are real, have a real effect on markets because they have a real effect on people. And it's all to do with the changing gravitational flow. But learning Danielcode time trading right now at the start of your trading career is the best gift I could possibly give you and the best gift you could possibly give yourself. There's still cost in it. We've cut the cost of everything down by about 50% with the TTT courses, but stripped of its bare bones, you need lessons 3, 4, and 5 to become a super trader. Some of our clients, I want to be fair about this, would say you just need lessons 3 and 4. Mark L., who's with us today, is one of them. I asked Mark if he wanted to learn Beyond Masterclass, our newest course, which deals with the defining and interpretation of momentum bars, special momentum bars created by the program to make his trading better. And he said, quite frankly, John, you've invented the best trading program in the world. It's changed my life, is what he always says about it. And he said, you can't improve on it. So that's one view. And I respect his view. I respect everyone's view. I think that the new Beyond Masterclass stuff is just amazing because to me, it is the next step or the next level in trading Danielcode time signals. So you can read all this stuff here while I'm talking to you that it's this lesson 4 that's the mother load, what we call masterclass, creating and trading time signals. The capacity of that program is extraordinary. And the final lesson, which we call Beyond Masterclass, it creates trading and trades momentum bars. These are unlike any idea about momentum you've ever seen. It creates medium-term trend signals. Think about your trades. You will be short at the high or one day after the high if you're trading Danielcode time signals. That's what it does. You will be long at the low or one day after the low if you're trading Danielcode time signals, because that's what it does. And you get 2 to 4 days up. Where are you? What happens? The Beyond Masterclass, lesson number 5, creates a new medium-term trend signal. And over the last few months, you know, I've been talking about this Beyond Masterclass a lot. I've shown you chart after chart where if you don't have a momentum bar, these are Danielcode momentum bars, folks, incidentally, they're not what everyone else thinks are momentum bars. If you don't have momentum bars, the market consolidates. And sometimes it's a bigger consolidation than you would have conceived of as a consolidation. What happens is that at the place where these momentum signals are triggered, that's the extent of this imaginary elasticized envelope that fits around markets. And it can stretch and it can shrink and it can stretch and it can shrink. But once it breaks that path, it's on a trend to a new level. And with the Danielcode Beyond Masterclass signals, it tells you when that is happening. By definition, it's telling you now is a safe time to relax your stop and let the market move a little bit. If you can collect on even 50% of the big volume trending moves, you'll double your P&L. If you can be aware of a consolidation when it's building, which is the other thing, if there's no momentum bars, you're in a consolidation. If you can avoid one consolidation, those awful market periods where the buys fail, the sells fail, the buys fail. If you can avoid half of those, you'll double your P&L. To me, it's vital knowledge, and it's not vital. It's knowledge no one has ever had before. And in fact, we haven't had that access to that knowledge until recently. I've been playing and developing with this momentum model for years and years, but it's never been available until quite recently to you, our clients. Have a look at this chart. This is a Forex chart. Really interesting in all this huge analysis I've been doing of these momentum bars. Forex and currency futures trend more than other markets. The only futures market, apart from the currency futures, that is comparable to what we get in Forex is UST bonds. It is the trendiest of all the markets on a long-term basis. But Forex is just spectacular. You can see what I've done here. I've shown you where there are no bond and no MOM, as we call them, momentum bars, and the market consolidates. You wouldn't think to call this a consolidation. If you look at the center one, it's a nice pullback. But it is in fact an angular consolidation. The same with the little rally before the last big leg down in this market. You wouldn't think to call it a consolidation because it's on an angle. But if you use angular analysis, which is what the momentum bars do, it's telling you that's a really bad trading proposition. Your buys will fail, your sells will fail. And if you can avoid those parts of the chart, remember, there's an endless number of markets. You don't have to trade every market. There's many markets. If you're sitting aside because your favorite market happens to be pending a consolidation, you're smart. Being flat is a valid position, and being smart enough to know which are the markets that are affected by that potential consolidation and switching your available funding to other markets, that's better than smart. That's Danielcode. Okay, so really simple stuff. It's taken years and years and years of analysis and research to get it there. Not everyone that I've talked to about it understands it, but more and more of you are. It is absolutely extraordinary stuff. So, Danielcode Masterclass tutorial. This is our one-on-one tutorial done with me. It's still available. You see this every time we have a webinar. I'm sure you know it by heart, but it's available for those of you who have the resources to take a one-on-one tutorial. You won't be disappointed. This is our TTT video series. You know what it is. I've been talking to you about it for quite a while, and the price of the video series is about half of the standard one-on-one tutorial, but go ahead and have a look at all of that. Send me an email if you like, and this is another comment I've made on this lesson number 5. It's so far on this journey, we've created intermediate trend signals. These usually occur on bars 2 to 4 after a swing high, swing low. Remember, you're probably already in this trade. If you're using Danielcode time trading, you are already in this trade. This will show you the extent of the real trading range. As I say, it's much bigger than you comprehend, and it tells us when it's the best time to trade, and it tells us when a consolidation or sideways move is starting. And if you can avoid half of those, you'll double your P&L. So today I've come up to offer you a new deal. I know you all like a deal. I love a deal. And see if this is a sensible deal, not an emotionally excited deal as occurs on other markets, and you'll know what I'm talking about. So these are the 3 must-have courses to learn Danielcode time trading: 3, 4, and 5. I propose that you beg, borrow, or steal enough funds to pay for lesson number 4. If you can do that, I will create and provide you with the absolutely private Beyond Masterclass signals created by lesson 5. I'll crypt those to you for 60 days free of charge. You're the only people who will see it, together with the handful of folks who are on our super subscription who see everything. And that's a very elite bunch, I can assure you. For the first 6 people to book into this new deal, I'll provide you lesson number 3 free of charge. So there's $700 for nothing. That's how keen I am to get you started on this. And anytime you can purchase lesson number 5, which will teach you how to create and trade those momentum bars on your own without me. You'll learn how to do it. You'll learn how to create it. So yes, I'm anxious to get you started. Email me, jneedham@thedanielcode.com. Start your new life, as Mark L. says. John Needham and the Danielcode have changed my life. This is the start of your new life, folks. And do it now or really fast, and you can claim your free video of lesson 3. Okay, I've been showing you Frank's commentary forecast of the 4th seal recently, and it's all been on the S&P. This is his commentary this week. It came out on Monday on gold, and he's doing massively well. He's very well. He's obviously well taught, this guy, my protege. I'm so thrilled for him. Excuse me for a moment. I still need some coffee input at various times. Getting you started, folks, we can help you with getting data, trading software, broker, anything else. I'm happy to answer all of your questions at any time. The thing is, I want to get you started with your trading. And if you're a Forex trader, we do Forex. I actually started off my trading life as a Forex trader. So did Greg Palladini, who's with us today, a super trader. Forex is a wonderful market, isn't it? These are the majors, and of course, remember that these three next charts I'm going to show you are all correlated, but wonderful little run up. 58, 5900 dollars for the euro just on one contract, straight up there on its TO3 plus buy signal, which was standing there staring us in the face, and then it took off. This was the British pound, 4,300 per one contract, straight up. We're short today from the sell. And here's the other one. This is the Kiwi, the New Zealand dollar. And it had an excellent run up, $3,300 straight off. And we're short, and there's a rally back today, and the Flip Me buy signal is not far away. Those of you who don't know about Flip Me, you should learn it. We put them up periodically on the Danielcode website, and it's a vital tool in your trading knowledge. So, going back on this issue of what's likely to be happening, all you American folks are well trained on your history. You know that your series of government is 3 and 3, executive, Congress, and the judiciary, supposedly all with equal powers. So Trump has been testing the power of the executive like no one else ever before, and Congress is pretty much sidelined, struggling to come up with a justification for his budget demands, and of course they're cheating on it. How about when you take his last lot of 2016 tax cuts and say the cost of this is zero, we will not take that massive increase in expenditure from the budget point of view into account. So what's left standing really, of course, with the Congress as well, the margins are so small. The Republicans only have, I think, 3 or 4 extra members past the Democrats in the House, and similarly in the Senate. Very small margins between them all. And that's been pretty well neutered. One of the amazing things about Trump is how he's taken the old Republican Party, the old Mitch McConnell Party, some of you will remember, and he's just turned it into something that a traditional Republican would have trouble recognizing. And what we've got is the judiciary still standing. And the American judiciary is very fragmented because some of those judges are win election by standing for election by a popular vote. Others are appointed by the state, and still others are appointed by the federal government. And obviously, as the politics of the incumbent change, as they do, so does the nature of the judges that are appointed. So the assumption has been that the Supreme Court judges will be beholden to their appointing president, and that's showing some cracks. And the Liberal bloc of 3, those appointed by Obama and Biden, they're 3 ladies, and the Conservative bloc was thought to be 6, with the 3 Trump appointees. But Amy Coney Barrett is showing signs of some variance from the party line. In other words, she's not a certain vote on Republican matters. She is a true judicial officer, where she is dealing with the argument before her, the facts of the argument. And of course, John Roberts, the Chief Justice, he is a renowned swing guy. He votes the Republican way at times, Democrat way at times. But this Mrs. Barrett has caused a real difference in the makeup and the potential voting of the Supreme Court. And a whole lot of these issues that are causing so much damage and thought and worry in financial markets are going to finish up having to go to the Supreme Court to be sorted out. All right, so here we are. That's my thoughts on that. watch bonds and currencies. This slide is from 2 weeks ago. It's just as pertinent now. That's why I showed you that chart about bonds right at the periphery of the Danielcode 6 variation, 6 DC standard variations from the mean. It's pretty damaging, and just perched right on that support line at the moment. So watch for any bond action from China or Japan. Remember that currency manipulation, of which Japan and China are the world champions, can alleviate the effect of tariffs. So currency trading should remain volatile for a while yet, which is why it is so important that you learn this TTT, Teach Yourself to Trade Danielcode course. You'll be able to trade Forex. More importantly, I guess you'll be able to trade currency futures, and there are a lot of small currency futures available on the CME now. And I always say to my clients, when you get into your real money trading, start small and let your account build. If you haven't already, folks, please help yourself to a free trial. You go to www.thedanielcode.com to start your free trial. Just hit the register button. If you have any issues at all, contact Terry at support@thedanielcode.com and he will facilitate your access. And this, folks, is our disclaimer, which I always ask you to take seriously. It is very easy to lose all of your money and more trading derivatives, futures and Forex, if you do not know what you're doing, which is the vast majority of folks, unfortunately. Of course, the good news is once you do know what you're doing, it's very easy to make a whole lot of money quite quickly in futures or Forex. But treat it seriously. Make sure you've learned, and you've learned properly, so that you are a safe and profitable trader. And those are the folks that we deliver from Danielcode. So that's me for today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed our talk. Anthony D's joined us, as Webby says, lots of Dean Mackey, lots of people have come in a little bit late today. Good to see you. Those numbers are built up. And good to have you with us, folks. Enjoy your weekend. I'm off the clock now, and I will look forward to having your company at our next webinar. In the meantime, if there's anything that you're particularly interested in, do email me, jneedham@thedanielcode.com, and that will give me time to prepare something to talk intelligently about whatever it is that you're interested in, providing it refers to trading matters. And that's it for now. Enjoy your rest of your evening and your weekend, folks. Bye-bye for now.